What is up, guys? It's ya boy Rick, make Whisper of the Worm good again. Kaki's here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to support the channel, and let me know what you want my next intro name to be. That comment section is wild. Alright, today we have the guide for leveling up your Solstice of Heroes armor set from the initial blue renewed set to the purple majestic set as fast and easily as possible. And so, let's get started. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is go to the tower and talk to Eva Levante. She gives you the starting Solstice quest and also gives you one singular armor piece, a helmet. The first thing you need to do is go and complete a European Aerial Zone run. So you can find the playlist just in the tower directory, do one of those with the helmet on, and after that's done, you go and talk to Eva Levante again, and she will give you the rest of your renewed armor set. So every single armor piece is going to have 3 different objectives associated with it. And guys, right off the bat, I have a bunch of general tips that will massively increase your progression speed. So first off, remember, you will not make progression on any of these armor pieces if they are not equipped. But with that being said, sometimes it is the right move to take off these armor pieces and put on mainly exotics, but also just really good legendary armor that you already own. Now, why would you do that? Well, a great example is that this year, one of the armor objectives for all 3 classes is to defeat 30 Guardians, either in Gambit or the Crucible. So obviously, if you're wearing a full blue armor set with like no mods on, you're at a significant disadvantage in PvP. So when you're doing something like that, you may want to obviously keep on the piece that actually has the objective to kill Guardians. And then if you have another piece that just has to do with, farming patrols and stuff that really isn't going to come up in the Crucible, replace that with a powerful exotic or again a legendary, and you're not at such a disadvantage in the Crucible. So keep that in mind. Also remember that you will be progressing these at kind of a different rate. Whenever an armor piece is complete, switch it out right away. I would recommend locking it so you don't accidentally delete it, but there's no reason to still have it equipped. Switch it with something much more powerful, and especially an exotic that will help you, get your super or grenade back more often, which can get you your other objectives done faster. But guys, really the main key to getting this done fast is to be completing multiple objectives at the same time. Every single year, I see absolute trash guides saying, oh, you can farm all of your orbs if you go to this one spot and do this lost sector over and over and over again. It's like, yeah, you can progress orbs faster there, but you still gotta do all these other objectives, and you could be producing those same orbs when you're doing the strike or whatever else you need to do. So why not complete 3 different objectives at the same time? So when we look at these different objectives, I'm going to be on the Warlock, but remember they are very similar for the Hunter and the Titan. Really, we only have kind of slight changes to these objectives. For example, Warlocks have to collect Arc Elemental Orbs in Free Roam, Titans, Solar, and Hunters, Void. So same objective, just different elements. And speaking of that, if you're wondering about these elemental orbs, all you need to do is have that element of a weapon equipped. So if I get a kill with a solar weapon, I produce solar orbs. Likewise, for my subclass, if I have a solar subclass equipped and use my solar grenade or solar super, I produce solar orbs. Now, you will actually produce elemental orbs with your kinetic if you're slaying out, but it's going to be much lesser, and it's going to be based on whatever your equipped subclass is. Alright, so circling back to that objective, elemental orbs in Free Roam. Make sure that you do have an energy primary that matches that element. So if I'm trying to get Arc orbs, I have something like the Aikilos SMG, which is fantastic, then an Arc Heavy, and an Arc subclass. You want everything to be matching because you do have to collect quite a few of these orbs. Now, if you're in free roam, you actually can complete a lot of objectives at the same time. So everyone's going to have to do 2 different public events. That counts as free roam, so you can be slaying out in an ether harvest and producing and collecting a ton of these elemental orbs. Remember, I don't think it says anything about heroic, so you could potentially get these public events done a lot faster by doing the normal version. Also, you need to do 1 patrol, so simply grab a nearby one, especially one that just has you kill enemies. You can do that at the same time. And you also need to do 3 lost sectors, and that again counts as free roam. So I would also recommend the actual planet you pick to do these on, make that match whatever objective for the enemy type you have. So for Warlocks, I had to kill 200 Cabal. So I went to the top part of the EDZ, right? Like the sunken shore, and there is Cabal everywhere. And there's lost sectors that contain only Cabal, right? Other classes will have different enemies they have to kill. So Titans, you have Hive, get your public events and lost sectors done on the moon so you can get that done at the same time as well and also produce those elemental orbs. You guys see what I'm talking about with multiple objectives getting done at the same time. So, as for activities you have to do, you have to play either Crucible or Gambit, but I would recommend Crucible. It's going to go a lot faster to get your Guardian kills, and that Crucible match will also count as your playlist activity potentially as well. And if you produce a bunch of orbs, that can also complete your playlist activity orb generation objective as well. Now, quick tip here for people who hate the Crucible. You can actually do the weekly rotating playlist to kill your Guardians. So this week, it's actually momentum control. So weapons do a ton of damage. Like I'm one-shotting here with this messenger. So you can potentially get some really easy Guardian kills in that playlist, again, if you don't like the normal Crucible playlists. Then you will have to do a bunch of free roam, obviously, to do those lost sectors, public events, orbs. A lot of the objectives can just be done in free roam, actually. But the other thing you will have to do is that you will really have to play some European aerial zone. And the reason is because of the objective to open 10 different Solstice packages. And this is an interesting one. And guys, I have a huge tip to make this go by a lot faster. So, when you're in the European aerial zone, it's actually a lot easier this year because you slay out on the mini bosses, you kill the big boss, and then normally you would actually collect the chest, and then you would have a 10-second window to see where all of your other chests spawn, and then you would have to go and collect them, and their actual icons would disappear. But this year, the icons stay up, so it is way easier to get all of the different chests you have earned from the mini-boss kills. And with that being said, you are going to acquire your actual packages pretty darn fast, especially again because you're getting so much more chests than other years. In probably 2 different European aerial zone runs, maybe 3 if you're unlucky, you will have more than 10 Solstice packages. Now, the huge mistake I think a lot of people are going to make is to just keep farming EAZ, because you can also get the keys out of those chests at the end as well. But you're only ever going to get 1 and sometimes 2 keys. And to open 10 different packages, especially with this beginning armor set, you need 15 keys per package, which is 150 key fragments total. So instead, I would highly recommend, once you get the 10 packages from the European aerial zone, go back to free roam, because pretty much everything you do there earns you key fragments. Opening a lost sector chest gives you 2 like every single time, including the incredibly easy lost sectors like the one in Trossland which takes like 30 seconds. Also, if you're doing patrols, that's giving you key fragments. Public events giving you key fragments. Guys, if you go and do the Altar of Sorrow on the moon, that gives you like 5 key fragments per altar wave. But before you go there, make sure to stop off at Eva Levante and grab the bounties. Every single one of her bounties, including the repeatable ones, which are super easy. It's like kill 20 fallen, kill guys with void weapons. Those also give you 5 key fragments when you complete them. So it's going to be way more efficient, grabbing those bounties and going and farming a lost sector a few times to finish off your key fragments rather than staying in the European aerial zone, and those matches can take definitely a while, and at the end of the day, you might only get like 7 keys from the end chest, whereas in the same time, a lost sector will get you like 20. And again, while you're in free roam, you can be completing so many of your other objectives as well. And one last quick tip, one of the objectives is to get 100 precision kills. This is absolutely something you can be doing in the background while you're doing patrols, crucible, etc. However, maybe put on an elemental hand cannon instead of an SMG. Something like the Trinity Ghoul is going to be fantastic for slaying out and producing a ton of orbs, but if you just use that the entire time, you're going to come to the end and realize, oh my gosh, I still need like 60 precision kills. So keep that one in mind as well. Then when all of the different objectives are done, you actually don't necessarily go and talk to Eva Levante. Remember, you need to go to the tower and meditate at the statue right beside her, and that is going to instantly upgrade all of your pieces to the next Majestic set. And I will have a guide for how to upgrade that set as quickly as possible as well. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.